Hi guys, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a super fun video. I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 low-key luxury bags. So first off, let's just define what low-key means. So low-key to me means bags that are understated. It's got like no to minimal logos, discreet branding, classic shapes, and simple styles. A bag where you would carry and it doesn't scream out, "Oh, I'm carrying a designer bag." So this video is actually a tag video and it was started by the gorgeous Tabby Violet and I was tagged by Tiffany from LVCoffeeLver. So I will leave links to both their channels down below. I just thought this was a very fun tag that she created because look, not everyone likes a bag that is too loud. Not everyone likes a bag, even though it's really expensive, to scream out, "I'm wearing a Gucci or LV or Chanel." So these to me are bags that I think are low key. And I think for those of you that prefer a more understated bag, that these would be good choices for you to spend your money on. Because as much as I love logo bags, I do love, some outlandish bags too. Sometimes occasion you just want something just a bit more discreet. So let's get started with the very first bag. So the first bag I'm going to share with you is going to come at no surprise because it is a favorite of mine, and I'm talking about the Givenchy Antigona. So I love a structured bag. For those of you that have been following me for ages, you know this is one of my favorite work bags. And that is because it is structured, it is very durable, but the lines are just very clean. There's very minimal branding. It just says Givenchy there. And if you turn the bag around, it's got no branding at all. It's just simple, it's sophisticated, and it's been a style that has been very popular for so many years, and I can understand why. This does come in 3 sizes. My favorite is this one here, which is the small. And yeah, it's just a very functional bag. And this is definitely one of my go-to work bags. Sometimes in meetings and things like that, I just want to be that bit more discreet. So this bag completely fits the bill. So next up is an oldie but a goodie. I've had this bag for so many years and I still love it. I still use it. And I'm talking about my Proenza Schouler PS2 Mini. Now this bag here has got absolutely pretty much no branding. You can't tell at all. It does actually, under the flap, it does say Proenza Schouler there, but you would not be able to tell. It is in a leather I love. This is like scratch resistant, water resistant. It's just a very cool design. It's a very simple sort of rectangular shoulder shaped sort of bag, but I love these sort of big inverted studs with this sort of plate, which kind of looks like a car grill. This bag was so popular probably about 5 years ago. And this bag I just find is a great errands bag. It looks like it's pretty small, but it actually fits a decent amount. And it looks just as good as the first day I got it. So what I like about this bag is that it's a little bit edgy here with all this sort of metal detail, but it's still a very classic shape. And there's no way that if you didn't know Proenza that you would think this is a designer bag. Next up is a brand that I think is sort of like the epitome of understated elegance and understated and I would say quiet luxury. And it is a brand I love. I've mentioned various times on my channel. I've done a tour in their atelier and I'm talking about Mona. The bag that I'm specifically referring to, this is called the Gabrielle. So for those of you that have never heard of Mona, Pauline Mona was the founder and she founded Mona in 1849. And what makes her pretty revolutionary is that she was the first female trunk maker. So their bags are so beautifully made. As I said, I've done a tour of the Mona Atelier. It is one artisan that makes the bag from the start till the end. It takes hours. The finishing is superb. It is just crafted impeccably impeccably. So the reason why I think this is a low-key bag, so again, this bag is called the Gabrielle. It's not just this bag, it's a lot of Moynat bags. I think that Moynat bags in general are low-key because the brand in itself is low-key. So to me, it's just a brand that exudes classiness, really high craftsmanship, and is low-key because yeah, on this bag here, there is just no branding. Unless you know, because you know about Moynat, what this M obviously represents M for Moynat. But the reason why I love it too, obviously, because M can be for Mel as well. This bag also comes with a strap. Again, I love it. A top handle and a shoulder strap. Surprise, surprise, Mel loves those type of bags the most. So I had to include this in my list. It is just such a beautifully constructed bag that, you know, when I carry around, I just know not that many people know about it. Next up is my Salvatore Ferragamo Gancini bag. And this to me is a very low-key bag because again, it's got a very clean aesthetic. As you can see, it's very classy, it's very minimal. And this logo, for those of you that are familiar with Ferragamo, you would recognize this, I think it's called the Gancino buckle. It is an inverted horseshoe. And this bag here, even though it is in their current collection, it is just the same as their vintage style. So if you wanted to pick this bag up and you wanted one in the 1970s or 80s, it will look pretty much exactly like this. So I actually love this bag because it is the same design from ages ago and it is in this beautiful box leather and it just emanates classiness to me. This particular shape is pretty vintagey, but I love that about it because you guys know I love a vintage bag, but you seriously can pick these up at such a bargain price. So that is the next bag that I think is just classy and low-key. So next up is one of my most favorite bags from my collection. It is understated, it is timeless, and I'm talking about my beautiful Chanel reissue bag. Really, it is the 2.55 because this is the original design that Coco Chanel created, and this is the original turn lock, which is called the Mademoiselle turn lock, as you know, because, you know, Coco Chanel never married. And this to me, in terms of Chanel bags, is the most discreet, is the most understated because, you know, you don't see a big CC logo. The CC logo wasn't introduced to the 1980s when Karl Lagerfeld, you know, redesigned this bag. And this particular version, I think, is understated too because it is in the chevron design. The original design, as you know, is the quilting. So I love this bag. I adore it. For those of you that don't own a reissue, I highly recommend it. I mean, most people do know about the reissue now, but if you just don't like logos on bags or the CCs, go for the reissue. So this size is probably my favorite, which is the 225, but honestly, it comes in so many sizes, so many leathers, so many fabrications. I just adore this bag, and if you want a bag that will stand the test of time, this will never, in my opinion, go out of style, and you just want a Chanel bag that's a little bit more quiet, then go for the reissue. Next up is a fun little bag. I love it. I'm talking about this bag here. It is from the brand called Boyy, B-O-Y-Y, and it's actually a husband and wife duo team, and they're based in Thailand, actually. So one very big feature that I love about the Boyy bag is this buckle. So this particular style is called the Bobby, and this is, you know, a tote. As you can see, you just open it up. It's got a clasp. It's got the shoulder strap, which I love too. And they also have a very, their next really popular bag is called the Carl, which has a flap over it. And I just love the aesthetic of this bag. Again, no logos anywhere, but it's got this big buckle detail, which I think looks really cool. So even though the brand has been around since 2006, you don't see this bag carried a lot. Like I have seen it, you know, in fashion weeks and bloggers and all that, high profile bloggers and celebrities use them, but not that much. And that's what I like. So if you're looking for a bag that has, you know, like still a really cool design feature like this buckle, then I think this is a great bag. I only added this to my collection this year. It is like pretty spacious. This is the Bobby 23, but it comes in so many different sizes as well. Really good bag for guys. Like the bigger one is really cool. So that is the next bag that I think is low key, but still interesting. Next up is actually a tote, and I think this is a great option instead of the LV Neverfull. Now you guys know, I know that bag's very practical, is very popular, but as you know, it is very popular, so you see it around a lot. So if you're after a tote that not as many people have, I really recommend this tote here. And this is called the Cabata tote, and it's from Christian Louboutin. You would not know it's from Christian Louboutin because there is no logos anywhere, but there is a logo somewhere, but you just can't see it because it's down the bottom. And I love that. That represents, you know, as you know, with Louboutin, his famous red soles. So the bag has a Louboutin, you know, sole. And I love this because this is actually in, you know, plastic. So it's, you know, really easy to clean. And another feature of this bag is even though it is really plain, I love that it's got just a little bit of detailing. It still has a little bit of edginess to it. It's not too boring because it's got this stud detailing. Now, mine is not exactly low key. That's why I showed you this side. And the reason why my bag, when I flip it around the other side, is not exactly low key. Well, it's low key here, but the other side is not very low key. It's probably high key. Is because when I met Christian Louboutin, is he actually personalized my bag. So this is, yeah, very sort of in your face. It's not a logo, but when it says don't touch Melinda's bag with a big Louboutin sprawled on it, you know, it's quite loud. But the point is that, you know, this bag here, if I want to go low key, high key, low key, high key. But this bag, honestly, guys, fits a ton. It's simple. It's the classic tote shape. Actually does come with a little pouch as well, which is always handy. Mine is signed, but this is how the set comes. And another thing which I love about it is even though I think it's a low-key bag, it's got this beautiful pop of lining inside, just the red, which signifies Louboutin to a T. So to me, it's low-key without being boring. So the next bag I have to share with you is from Céline, and I'm talking about my Céline 16 bag. And to me, when I look at this bag, it is low-key because there's no logoing, there's no sort of branding except for Céline on this metal part here. And it's just it's in a very timeless sort of shape. It is very elegant. And it's just really classy to me. This does come with a shoulder strap as well. The Céline 16 bag is actually the first bag by the new designer, which is Eddie Slimane. And it's the 16 bag because it's named after Céline's headquarters, which is located at 16 Rue Vivienne in Paris. So I think this design is totally low-key. Actually, another one of Céline's very popular bags, which is on my wish list, is the box bag. To me, that's a very low-key shape as well. But this one here is definitely low-key. It's minimalistic and it's just gorgeous. So the next bag on my list is from Hermès. And in general, Hermès bags, you know, aren't too logo-y or outlandish, but I think this one is fun, it's casual, and I'm talking about the Hermès Picotin. As you know, the shape, even though the Hermès Kelly and Birkin, you know, is quite understated in terms of logoing, everyone recognizes those bags. But this one here, because it is in a bucket shape bag, you know, bucket shape bags are very popular bags. And if you didn't know, you wouldn't know this is an Hermès bag. This bag actually, you know, is inspired, as you know, Hermès is an equestrian brand. It's sort of inspired as a horse feeding bag. But, you know, the bucket shape bag is a very popular sort of style of bag. The only logoing here is really just from the lock, you would know it is Hermès. It's It's casual, it's unstructured, it's fun. It comes in a couple of sizes. You can actually even, I've put a twilly here, made it into a shoulder bag as well. And I love it because it is sort of casual and chic. And for those of you that want to start your Hermes collection, and you know Birkins and Kellys are pretty hard to get, I do recommend the Picotin. I think it is such a cute little bag that is low-key. And the final bag I have to share with you is from Louis Vuitton, and I'm talking about the Alma. This one here, I know it's in a very bright color, but I'm talking about it in this leather, which is epi leather. So Alma comes in lots of different sizes. As you know, I'm a huge fan of the BB. This is the PM size. But yeah, the epi leather, it doesn't have any logoing. A lot of people find LV monogram. I mean, if you wear LV monogram, I love LV monogram, by the way, you definitely know you're wearing a Louis Vuitton bag. If you wear this bag, people do not know you're wearing a Louis Vuitton bag. Unless you look really closely, there is LV embossed here. But the epi leather lends itself to being a low-key bag. This shape, you can't get more classic than this dome shape. Fun little fact, this Alma bag was actually commissioned by Coco Chanel herself because she wanted a smaller version of their travel bag. So that's just a little tidbit of information. But this is another style that's not gonna go out of style, whether you want the BB, whether you want the medium style. It is just a bag that is low-key. I would say it's even low-key even in empreinte leather because it's not as obvious, but especially in epi leather, I think it's a very low-key bag and it's just a style that will always stand the test of time. So that is it, guys. Those are 10 different low-key luxury bags from 10 different designers. I hope you found this video informative, a bit of fun, and it helps those of you that are thinking of adding to your collection, but you don't want anything too loud. Thank you again for tagging me, Tiff and Tabby, for creating this fun tag. So I'm going to tag a few girls down below, but if you want to do this tag, feel free to play along. I love doing, tags and being part of the luxury community. I think it's just fun to be involved. I just thought this tag was a very cool tag because, not everyone loves a bag that sort of, screams, that particular label. So let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite low-key luxury bag? Thanks so much for watching again, guys. Have a great day or night, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.